Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Roanoke, or in my case, the Roanoke 3. So the number after the name denotes an increase in specific stats. So for instance, this 3-tier version of the Roanoke has a reactor of 31, whereas if you find the base version of the Roanoke, it'll have a lower reactor, lower shields. Aesthetically, it'll be the exact same, it's just the modules get an increase. Just looking at it, it's an Eklund a Shroud Eklund vessel. I believe it's only Shroud Eklund. Almost all the pieces. Oh, no, there's some Tayo engines, but for the most part, it seems like Shroud Eklund. It's a pretty cool ship. I've spotted quite a bit, and surprised I left it to now to review it. But yeah, let's take a look at the stats. So it's got 420 fuel. It's a nice number, you know. It's got 1105 hull, which is pretty decent hull for a B-class vessel. I think that's probably because there's a lot to this. It's quite wide for a B-class. It's got a cargo capacity of 2,375, which is pretty decent. Any sort of a vessel over 2k is pretty good. Now, obviously, if you make your own vessel or you modify a vessel, you can put a lot more cargo on it, but for a base version, it's pretty decent. It's got a B-class reactor, 31, which is really, really good for B-class. I believe there's only one B-class reactor that's higher than that. It's like, I think it's like 36. Obviously, when you get up into the C-class, you can get 40 power reactors, but then you lose out some speed. So it's only got a crew of 4, which is kind of interesting considering how big this is. Like, I'm seeing multiple, like there's room for 3 wide habitat modules, so I don't know where they went crew wise. I think most of the crew is just coming from the bridge itself. It's got a jump range of 25 light years, which is pretty good again. Excuse me. The max jump range on the ships is 30, so 5 off isn't bad. I don't think there's, I feel like 99% of the play systems in this game you'll be able to reach with 25. And then shield wise, it's got 975, which 25 shields off of 1,000 is really good for a B class. I think the max shield for a B class is 1200. So yeah. And then obviously it's got particle weapons, 57. It's got a trio of turreted weapons there, which is probably because this thing is not going to be very agile, very long. So I'm paying 233,280. Now obviously your price will vary slightly depending on your perks. I have the perk where I get things a lot cheaper, and also this is the level 3 version of the Roanoke. If you're lower level in the game and you come across the base version, you're going to be playing significantly less. So yeah, let's purchase it. So I found mine here in Titan, one of Saturn's moons, I believe. Just going to bring up the map when auto-saving happens. So here we are on Titan on New Homestead. It's one of the planets, and it is one of the moons of Saturn in the Sol system. Pretty easy to get early on. It's a pretty nice ship here. This is the home of the Nova Galactic stuff. So yeah, there's the vessel itself. We'll do a quick little glamour shot of it. I feel like it's gonna blend in with the white. It's a pretty cool design ship. I don't know if they're meant to be asteroids or the game is just glitching, but it's really cool. Shroud Eklund have this like thing where they tend to make I can't even fit it in the frame. That's how big it is. They tend to make these very kind of either elongated ships or very kind of teardrop shaped ships, and I quite like the look of this. So yeah, let's head in. So we've got a standard Shroud Eklund entryway with the little wheelchair ramp. Got some meds there for first-time users, so we're gonna board this. Like I said, it's gonna be interesting seeing what's inside of it, because having such a low crew, I'm guessing they don't have a control area. So straight away we have this 1x1 area here. It's I believe it's a companionway. We'll be doing a teardown at the end of the video just to show what the interior is. And then we have a, I believe this is a 3x3 all-in-one berth, which is pretty nice. I quite like the Shroud Eklund one. We got like a little gym area over here for bumping some weights. Can I access them? Nah. And then we have a little coffee table. Got that little secluded area here with a little kind of office if you want to do some officey stuff. Got some plushie. Is that called a cuddle sore? It's mine now. We got a toilet. I know some people are like, where's the toilets? Also, I seen a comment someone made that you have to be careful when you're placing windows with modules with toilets. Because if you place a window here, it deletes the toilet, which is kind of funny. I don't know if that's an oversight on Bethesda's part, but yeah. So now if we come through this way, we have two doors here. This door here leads to a 1x1 storage room that goes up. We'll check that in a minute. And then this door back here leads to another, it's either a living quarters or an all-in-one berth. I want to say it's a living quarters, just going by the fact that it has 4 beds. So if we come back this, actually let me just double check that I didn't miss anything. Yep. So if we come back this way here, and we take this ladder up to the next level, we have another this isn't a 1x1. This is a 3x3 mess hall here. Really like this mess hall, Shroud Eklund style. You've got like the refrigerated sections here. You've got more fridges. You have a cooking station, which is always nice. Haven't done much cooking in this game, but maybe in later playthroughs I might. And then we have this more larger area here. We've got a little, area here to put all your stuff when you're done eating. So you can pick up this and yeah, put that there, and yeah. And then we've got a little dartboard here, still quite close. They're problematic. And then we have the crew kind of officer. Someone was saying these are the officer mess hall. These little kind of closed off sections. Then we have, that is the bridge there. We will check that in a minute. Over here, we have another all-in-one berth, I believe, or potentially a living quarters. Another toilet. And then we have this 1x1 storage area that goes down to another 1x1 storage area, and we have the docking bay at the bottom. Very convoluted way to get to the docking bay. I personally like when the docking bay is close to the cargo entryway, but obviously we can't, beggars can't be choosers. We have this door over here, which leads to an engine room. Okay, cool. Like having these engine rooms here. 3x1 engine room. Got your crew doing all their work. Kind of wish the engine room, I don't know if it gives you like +1 crew, but I feel like it should. Oh, and I just fell down there. Let's really quickly go to the bridge. It's a Shroud Eklund bridge, so it's going to be pretty cool. Yep, so there you go. You got, this is one of my favorite Shroud Eklund bridges. You got the pilot seat there. You got a co-pilot to your left. You have a navigator to your right, and then you've got these 2 consoles behind for if you want to have, like, say, your weapons officers or whatever. Let's take this up for a spin, see how she performs. It's a pretty interesting shape. One thing I noticed with a lot of Shroud Eklund ships is they have that kind of section on the back there where like the engine's like not connected fully. It's like kind of girdered across. I really like that. That piece in particular, you can see it there. There's like 4 of them holding the engines. I really like those pieces. I use them on my custom ship. I like the idea of just having your engine kind of as a separate entity as opposed to being kind of welded onto your ship itself. Okay, so pip-wise, I have a perk that increases my pips by 5, or my power by 5. It's called Anatronic Fusion. So if we don't add on that extra 5, we have more than enough. We have, you can basically, in the current configuration with the particle turrets there, you can have 3 in the grab, which is pretty nice. Obviously you can't fire them because they're turreted, but particle turrets are the best turrets in the game, in my opinion. Just looking at them, I want to say they're probably some of the best particle turrets you can get. I prefer the other, there's like a cheaper one that not as good damage, but it looks more aesthetic, because I'm an aesthetic guy. But anyway, let's do a speed test. Get a base speed of 1, it should push 140, but probably won't. Boost speed of Boost speed about 520. Okay, so it's not the fastest thing. Not the slowest, but kind of somewhere in the middle. Gonna go a quick pitch. Pitch is quite fast. Okay, I'd say like that's like a 6 or maybe a 7 on the pitch. Yaw is also very fast. I give that like a 6 too. And then obviously roll is quite slow. So I'm actually impressed. This is quite agile for what it is, considering it only has like those engines are very powerful on the sides. Okay, we're gonna really quickly do a teardown. Okay, so I just wanted to stop or unpause early because I landed and I'm stuck under the ship. So you have to kind of come out here, which that could be problematic depending on the planet you land on. That's kind of weird. You'd assume they would spawn you at the closest, but again, this is a very wide ship. Anyway, just something to know. It's gonna tear it down real quick. Okay, so we're back. So I've split it in 3 layers. There's like 3 levels. So on the top level here we have the weapons, which is 3 of these Eradicator 75 MeV auto neutron turrets. They're B class. They've got a range of 3250. They have 19 damage to hull and shields and max power 4, so 12 altogether. And then we have this little shield generator here, little I say, but it's almost a K. Tower N420 shield generator from Nautilus, B class, 9750 power, or 9750 health. And then we have some of these, we have Shroud Eklund, Cap A, Starboard Foretop, and Port Top. And then we have 3 of these Shroud Eklund engine bracers, and then 2 of these Shroud Eklund cowlings 3 LAPT. That's on the first layer. Now the second layer, the middle of the ship, for our components, we have a Viking CP100 cockpit. Gives the crew of 4, that's where the crew is coming from. We have this Shroud Eklund mess hall 2x3. We have a Shroud all-in-one berth 3x1. We have a Shroud storeroom 1x1. And an engineering bay 3x1. As for the engines or the reactor, we have an ion beam H1030 reactor from Jiang. It's B class, 31 power. We have this 500T hydrogen 3 tank from Ballistic Solutions, providing 210 fuel. We've got 2 of these Nova 1050 engines from Melodyne. They're B class. They give 22,170 engine thrust and 4,500 maneuvering. And then we have the SAE 5660 engine from Slayton Aerospace. It's a B class, 24,300 engine thrust and 5,550 maneuvering thrust. So just looking at that, trying to figure out where the docking port is. And then for the like aesthetic pieces, we have 2 of these Hope Tech bumpers. We have 2 of these Shroud nose caps there, starboard and 4. We have 2 of these Shroud Eklund cowlings, 3 LAST. We have 2 of these on each side, so 4 altogether, 1 LAPT. Then we have 2 of these engine mounts, which I really, really like. These engine mounts are really cool. And then we've got 2 more of the engine bracers. Now, on the bottom of the vehicle, we have, component-wise, we have a Shroud 1x1 storeroom, a Shroud 1x1 companionway, a Shroud 2x2 living quarters, a Shroud 2x1 all-in-one berth, and a Shroud 1x1 companionway. Just looking, and there's the docker underneath. So the docker is the 100 DP Slim docker. So as for the modules that are visible on this, the only one I can see, well, there's 2. We've got another one of those 500T hydrogen tanks. Helium tanks, sorry. And then we've got an Aurora 13G grav drive. Provides 33 jump drive B class. As for the aesthetic components, we have, like I said, 2 of these Hope Tech bumpers, another 2. 3 of these Shroud braking engines. Got a mid bracer here. We've got 2 of these landing gear here. 2 Panoptes cargo holds there. Another one there. We have the stability landing bay there. And then we have 2 more sets of landing gear, this side and this side. Then we have a pair of the same cargo holds, panoptes. And then we have 2 more shroud engine mounts there. And finally we have some shroud engine bracers. We also have 2 of these here, these equipment plates, which I don't know what they were used for. Were they up on top? Let me just cancel the modification just so I can see exactly. Okay, so it seems like one of those was holding this weapon here, and then another one is just off to the side, which is interesting. Let me move this real quick. Can I just mount this weapon here? Okay, no, yeah. So if you wanted to, it seems like they want you to put more turrets there, which you could. Not these turrets, obviously, because they're already a max. But you could definitely add 2 more here and completely turret this out. But anyway, that was the review of the Roanoke. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if this is a ship you have you found it already? Are you rocking it? Have you just kind of been like, nah, too wide, too flat? Also, don't forget to check out some of my other reviews. Bye.